What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going back into Tesla, TSLA, and what's going on this week. Key levels to watch going into our week ahead. Now, Tesla is showing some bullish signals on the smaller time frames and even on our daily time frame with the quicker trend setting attached to that indicator. However, on the longer trend setting, if you can follow along with me, Tesla is showing bearish sentiment still, and on the weekly time frame. So that means we're still not out of the bad just yet, right? Tesla has the daily time frame and weekly time frame struggles right now with some resistance. We did hit resistance on the daily time frame last Friday, and we are approaching the weekly time frame resistance, which we'll go over in just a minute. However, the 1 hour time frame, smaller time frame here, of course, quicker signals. We're going to get a lot of mixed signals in with our strategy here, is currently showing bullish sentiment. We can see this here. It is showing the green trend zone here. As long as it stays above that green trend zone, that is bullish price action. That's what we're looking for, right? Right now, we can look at minor support levels. Minor, the reason for that is because it is a 1 hour time frame. Minor support levels looking at 329.32 and 328.05. Now, of course, this is after Friday's session and close around 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Monday morning at 4 a.m. Eastern time, and we will monitor these levels once again and get that daily report out closer to market open. However, at this time, it is looking bullish on the 1 hour time frame. Now, zooming out to a 4 hour time frame, a little bit wider here. This is going to be less choppy. However, still getting some chop here and there. You know, what I'm seeing here is even though Tesla is giving us a few signals on and off, this has been very choppy, right? There has been some fluctuation in the price, but not a huge move like we love to see, these trend type of moves like we see here. This is more of that consolidation. So we're still looking for that breakout move. Maybe this is that move. This 4 hour time frame is showing bullish sentiment now. And with the key levels to watch this week, 321.17 and 312.40. So right now showing bullish sentiment, minor support levels because this is not a daily or weekly time frame or even the monthly time frame. So seeing how it is a smaller time frame, 4 hour, it is going to be higher risk, right? So we expect choppy type of price action as we've been seeing here. But right now, support levels 312.40, 321.17. Zooming out, 4 hour time frame now to the daily time frame with the Pivot Pro attached to our charts for the indicator that you're seeing in the background here. However, we have this one set to the quick trend setting. So that is going to be a quicker trend setting. We're going to get mixed signals again. And on the daily time frame, that's exactly what we're seeing. So faster signals. So if we're looking to get in quicker into these positions, this is the time frame I'd like to utilize. However, it will give us those mixed results. Whenever we see the time of consolidation, we're going to get that choppiness, and it's going to result in a lot of pullbacks and possible losses as well. So right now we are showing a bullish sentiment on the daily time frame with a quick trend setting. So that's going to be 308.92, which is, we can really round that up to 309, right? 309 is the support, and 318.46, 318.50 is the support as well. And the reason that this is support is because if you notice, it's below the current price action or price for Tesla. So if we're trading above those levels, then these levels are going to act like lines of support. And so when we retest those areas of value, that's what I'm watching for possible breakouts and possible trade opportunities. So if we go ahead and get rid of these lines off of our chart again, and we'll zoom out to the daily time frame, same time frame, but different trend setting attached to our Pivot Pro. I like this trend setting. This is one of my favorites, this and the weekly. I like these. However, we get less signals. So a lot of traders are like, you know, I want more signals. I want to trade it more often. So that's going to be smaller time frames. The wider time frames, like the daily and weekly time frames that I like, are going to be longer hold type of situations. Typically, you have more time to get in the money if you're trading options. I like that about this. So that's why I prefer these time frames. However, this is the longer trend setting attached to our Pivot Pro indicator here. Red resistance currently at this time. So we are showing bearish sentiment. So if I zoom in, we do have a couple levels to watch, and those levels are contradicting. Right now, we did test on Friday the last level, which is 334.16, and we acted as resistance and rejected. So we're back down here. Now, the thing is we have another level down below 317.35 that is also in the red, but now acting as support. The reason it's support, again, we are trading above that level. So if we come down to retest, this is an area of value I'll be watching for possible support. And this is an area of resistance I'm watching for possible resistance, right? Makes sense? Now, that is the longer time frame, so showing bearish sentiment. Okay. Now, the weekly time frame, which is my favorite time frame of all of the time frames. However, it is the least signals that you'll be seeing, of course, right? The wider the time frame, the less amount of signals that we'll be getting, right? It's not as rapid fire as a lot of traders sometimes love. But what I love about this is, again, if I'm trading options, it gives me more time to get in the money. So if I get the signal, I'm looking for the retest of the area, and then I'm looking for the pullback or the breakout. At this point, we are showing resistance. However, we are in that zone. So again, we're above one of those lines and levels, and we are below the other. So if I draw a line out to make it a little easier to see, and a line at the top of this line, you're going to see these are the levels that we're watching, around 361.16 and 314.67, acting as a support because the price is above, and acting as resistance because the price is currently below. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. These are the key levels that we are watching this week for Tesla, TSLA. Again, I will send out a daily report tomorrow at just before market open, around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I have been busy this weekend. We've got some home renovations. My wife and I have torn off all of our countertops. We're rebuilding them out of wood, and it's a whole process, stain, biscuit joining. It's a whole great process. However, it's very time consuming, I guess I should say. And so I've been a little out of it this weekend. But guys, hopefully this helps on Tesla. I'll see you in the chat tomorrow, and hopefully we have a great week. Thanks for watching, guys.
Remember, trading isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared. If you're serious about improving and want to learn directly from our live sessions, visit bullishboblive.com. We're live Monday to Friday, walking through setups, strategies, and everything in between. Thanks again for watching. Stay focused, stay sharp, and keep growing.